Our final guest is Becky Whiteside, practice manager at Novant Health OBGYN. Well, welcome to the show today, Becky.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you here. And for those viewers who haven't seen you before, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Well, I'm born and raised here. Have attained my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing from East Carolina University, and after getting my nursing degree, went into emergency nursing, where decided to go into quality and compliance after that, and then was interested in the administrative side and got my master's in healthcare administration, which brought me to this job.
Wow, that's great. You have a great background and more than qualified to do this job, I would think.
Thank you.
So let's talk about your new role. The role you were in last time you were here was in quality, and I believe now you're the practice manager at Novant Health OBGYN. Tell me a little bit about what you actually do at Novant Health OBGYN.
Well, we have 3 offices that oversee all the offices, deal directly with the physicians, getting them the information and services that they need, and then also personnel issues within the clinic, customer service, financial, budgeting, and then overseeing the clinic as a whole.
Do you arrange for their education and things like that also?
I do.
So you do all the in-house training and all that. You must be a very busy person.
I am.
Especially for three offices.
Yes.
Now, where are those offices located, Becky?
We have a main office. It's in Bolivia beside Novant Health Brunswick Medical Center. We have 2 other locations that were open limited amounts of times at. However, we do staff those accordingly, and those are in Leland at the Waterford Medical Center, and then also in Seatrail at Seatrail Medical Center.
Wow, that covers a lot of area here in Brunswick County, so it's really much more convenient for the women here now than it used to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Now, we've had several of the providers from Novant Health OBGYN on the show before, but let's remind our viewers who your providers are and at what locations they are.
Okay. All of the providers see patients at the Bolivia office. Dr. McCarthy, Tracy McCarthy, is our lead physician. She actually sees patients in all locations.
Really?
She does. And then we have Dr. Richard Toller. He sees patients in Leland and also in the Bolivia office. And then Dr. Lee Hsu, she sees patients in Leland and Bolivia as well. And then Sarah Brown is our nurse practitioner, and she sees patients in Leland and Bolivia.
They must work hard. They must not know where they are from day to day. They're just kind of all over the place.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
We rotate through, make sure that we have enough coverage at all locations, and of course with their call schedules, they stay busy.
Yeah, I bet they do. Well, today we wanted to specifically talk about the 3D ultrasound technology that's currently available in your office. Tell me how that differs from the previous ultrasound equipment that you had.
Previously, we had 2D ultrasound that actually is very limited for our patient. It only provides waves in one direction, which as a result provides a very flat image.
I see.
With a 3D ultrasound, it actually bounces waves in numerous directions at one time, giving a more lifelike image.
So it's more like a picture?
Yes, it is more like a picture, but it actually gives you the 3 dimensions of the facial structure, where the other one is basically just a flat.
Well, I don't quite understand how it works. You say it uses sound waves?
It does. The machine actually, ultrasound uses sound waves.
Right.
And what that does is a probe or a transducer is placed on the mother's belly, and those sound waves actually bounce through the abdomen wall, and then echo back.
Return.
And with a 3D, those waves are traveling in different angles.
Oh.
So it actually is nice to be able to see the full facial features. And it actually provides us with the availability to look further and see more detailed pictures to see maybe if there may be a birth defect or something like that, and more diagnostic
I can understand that.
capabilities. So.
Yeah. Tell me, is there an ideal time that an expectant mom would have that ultrasound done? I'm not sure. when the child is large enough, or?
Right. We can do them at any time for the most ideal pictures. If someone wanted to come in and just see their baby, we recommend between 26 and 30 weeks. That provides a large enough, developed enough fetus. And then also we don't want them to be too large, because as they grow, the space that they're living in becomes just enough to hold them. So we wouldn't want them directly up against the mom's uterus or anything like that. So there's enough space between that to get a good, clear image of the baby.
So
26 to 30 weeks is ideal.
Well, what if a family wants to come in earlier to determine like the sex of the baby?
We can still do those. We still actually photograph in 2D as well. We can do 2D and 3D with the new machine. So we can see the sex of the baby. We usually do that around 20 weeks gestation. So that's actually nice. They can actually come in and have those pictures. And usually we try to also provide them with a 3D little image while they're there, even if they're at 20 weeks. But the best pictures of the face and stuff are usually from 26 to 30 weeks.
Is there any special preparation that the mother needs to do in order to have the ultrasound?
Not particularly. We do recommend that they are hydrated, but other than that, there's nothing special they need to do other than just make an appointment and showing up.
Well, how about bringing family members? What if everybody wants to come? Grandma and the brothers and sisters, can we do that?
We can. We do allow family members. Pretty lenient on the number of family members, as long as everyone can comfortably fit in the room and we're able to provide the needed care to the patient. That is our ultimate goal and our responsibility. So as long as we have the space for that, then we can. And we even allow them if they would like to switch out during the exam. The ultrasound room is right next to a hallway, so they can step out and then and rotate through if need be.
I'm curious, does insurance typically cover a 3D ultrasound?
Depending on the reason for the 3D, they do. Most insurance companies will cover it for diagnostic purposes. We are looking into doing non-diagnostic exams, basically just for families to be able to see their baby, to have a preview of what the baby will look like when they arrive. So in the purpose that it's a non-diagnostic, that is a flat fee that we would collect on the front end, because insurance does not cover those.
How about pictures? Do you get to take away pictures when you leave?
We do. We usually try to give anywhere between 4 to 10 pictures, depending on the availability and good shots, of course, of the fetus. So we try to make sure that we do get a wide range of selection opportunities for the moms. So definitely we can get some pictures for the family.
Your patients, do they have to make a special appointment for the ultrasound, or is it typically during one of their visits?
We do require special ultrasound appointments for all of our patients. So all they would have to do is call the office, and we can set them up for their ultrasound appointment, just let them know whether or not this is just a non-diagnostic test, just to see the baby, then that will be different, because of course if it's a diagnostic, we would need a physician order for that.
Oh yeah, I see. Well, that's great information. It's kind of foreign to me to see it in 3D, but I can see why folks would find that pretty interesting and want to have that special memento for that time period. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers? How about, are you taking appointments? Are you taking new patients?
We are taking new patients still, referrals of course, and then of course scheduling our current patients. Of course, we're always looking to grow and expand. We want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the community and our patients. So as different things arrive, we're still doing in-office procedures. We're trying to expand that a little bit more. So hopefully we'll have something new to talk about in the near future.
Well, Becky, thanks so much for being on the show today. It was a pleasure to have you. I look forward to hearing more about these 3D ultrasounds, and you'll come back and see us again soon.
I sure will. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.